This one is 10 things you didn't know could kill you. 10 things that could kill you that you didn't know.
Air hoses.
What the fuck is air
Contrary
hose?
to belief, air hoses are extremely dangerous, although they're often used for filling up car tires, blowing
You know, this reminds me of 1,000 Ways to Die. Niggas know what that was. That was a great show. Oh, that shit used to like put fear into me though, cause like, nigga, there's so many ways to die.
out dust in keyboards and inflating huge bouncy castles. They also carry enough pressure to tear through skin, damage internal organs, or even be fatal if mishandled. On a calm morning in May 2011, a truck driver in New Zealand was going about his daily routine.
Why they got mustaches?
He climbed onto the rigging between his truck's cabin trailer, a place he'd stood countless times before. But in one unlucky moment, his boot slipped, and instead of falling on steady ground, the man fell backwards straight onto his compressed air hose. The brass nozzle punctured him through his left buttock, and in an instant, high-pressurized air about 100 pounds per square.
There's no way you're telling me it blew up his butt cheek, like air went in his ass. I don't. He died from that.
Square inch began flooding into his body, as if it were straight out of a
So he became the Michelin Man. Or you know those things that go, yo, that's not even funny because he died. Wow, that's not funny.
cartoon. The man's body began to inflate in size.
Nah, he's doing
Air
it.
forced its way beneath his muscles and fat,
That's not funny.
separating his tissue like it were sheets of paper. His chest tightened, his skin stretched, and his
Oh my God,
face
he blew
ballooned
up.
into a grotesque puff. Co-workers who happened to cross his path screamed in terror. They quickly rushed to his side, shocked at the mortifying sight. They shut off the air supply and carefully rolled him onto his side, knowing his lungs and heart were under pressure. Ice packs were pressed against his swollen neck and chest to try and ease the suffocating strain. Ambulance crews arrived as fast as they could, but when they found the man, he could barely breathe. His body literally doubled in size. It was full with so much air that every time an EMT tried to put a needle in his body to start an IV, the air would just push it right out. Doctors later compared his skin to feeling like densely packed bubble wrap just waiting to explode. But luckily for this man, he didn't explode. It took days for the air to escape his tissue, but against all odds, he survived by farting it all out of his body.
What? What? Nigga, he survived by farting? That pissed me off, bro. I don't know. I that pissed me off, bro. That's weird shit.
Others, however, wouldn't be as lucky. Like the time a poultry worker in Mississippi got carried away with his friend while horseplaying, and for some odd reason, he decided to stick an air hose in his... The air pressure from the hose was so immense that he blew up from the inside, rupturing...
Why do niggas keep putting shit in their butts, bro? What? Like, why are you putting air hoses up there? Niggas need to stop putting air hoses up. People, like, stop putting it up your backside. That's not even manslaughter, bro. That's murder. Why would you do that? Why? Like, yo, niggas really listen to the intrusive thoughts, bro. Niggas really listen. You're not supposed to do that shit.
most of his organs in the process. Surprisingly, there are a lot of cases like this, so even though they're fun to play with, air hoses are dangerous. Always keep them in safe places and please don't misuse them. A broken heart. It shouldn't be, but true love often feels like one of the rarest things to find in life. And once you find it, you never want it to leave.
How the fuck does heartbreak kill you?
Such wasn't the case for a man who was forced to read his wife's eulogy at her funeral after he supported her for a 4-year battle against ovarian cancer. The pair were inseparable. The man became engaged to her when he was just 21 years old, and the two would go on to be married for 30. 4 years. That's nearly twice my age. And now, instead of making more memories with the companion of his life, he was making funeral speeches and writing thank you letters to those who came to the service. The amount of exertion something like this can have on one's heart is no joke. Only mere moments after the eulogy, the man was found slumped over in his house, in the middle of writing thank you letters. He had literally passed away from a broken heart. Doctors said his grief was so profound that it caused him to have a heart attack. And this wasn't just an isolated incident,
Nigga,
it's a phenomenon that happens to many others as well.
you're telling me, yo, you could be so heartbroken you could die? That's possible? Like, damn, bro. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up world.
It's called broken heart syndrome, or Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. It's a temporary heart condition triggered by intense emotional or mental stress that makes the heart's main pumping chamber weaken, causing it to mimic the symptoms of a literal heart attack. Soda cans.
God never give me
Imagine
that.
that it's a hot summer day.
How the fuck do you
and
die
you've
from a
done
soda
nothing
can?
but bask in the sun's overwhelming rays of heat all morning.
Nigga, this is literally 1,000 ways to die. How you die from a
So
soda
you go
can?
indoors to get yourself a nice cold can of soda. But to your
You see, in a black household, you're not coming back outside, bro. I don't know if you said it as a kid or not, but in a black household, you come back in for a drink, you're not coming back outside. Nigga, that shit used to throw me, bro. I be in the peak times of playing outside. manhunt, peak basketball, whatever. I go get a refresher, I'm not coming back out.
Disappointment, none of the drinks were put away in the fridge. They were left out on the table, so now they're just warm and gross. You come up with an idea. You take one of the cans of soda and throw it into the freezer in order to speed up the cooling of the beverage.
Yeah, I used to do that with...
To wait for it to cool down, you go and watch
Nigga,
some
I used to do
YouTube
that with like a little ginger ale, put it in there, that she used to blow the fuck up. It'd be like, it'd literally be about to explode.
and then end up
And it was the
falling
best.
asleep. Hours pass, and you forget that you left the soda in there. Eventually, when you wake up and stumble across your fridge again, you remember that you put a soda in its freezer. Hoping that the drink hasn't frozen solid, you quickly take it out of the freezer, crack it open, and boom. Just like that. The can explodes like a hand grenade right in front of your face. This is a real case that happened to a boy in China on August 25th, 2012.
Nigga, what kind of soda was that? Nah, that's some other type of soda, nigga. My soda never did that, bro. I've had it. I've done a lot, bro. I put a lot in there, and nothing ever explode. It just kind of fizzled out.
Luckily for this boy, however, medical professionals were able to save him and nurse him back to health. Frozen soda cans are extremely dangerous, and in some cases, they're even lethal. Freezing them forces the carbon dioxide in the soda to create tightly packed reservoirs inside of the can that store high amounts of energy similar to a bomb. So keep your soda in the fridge, and if you do put it in the freezer, don't forget to take it out so that you don't go...
So niggas are yo, what? You're telling me I've been playing with my life this whole time? Putting all those damn sodas in? You're telling me I could have died? I was building grenades in my fridge. That's what you're fucking telling me. Yeah, I feel like this cat, bro. This talking hat on shit. There's no way I was building grenades in my freezer.
Boom, boom. Gooning.
How the fuck do you die from gooning? How does gooning kill you? How?
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a couple of ways that gooning can take you out. But, so that this video doesn't get demonetized, I'll be swift on the topic. The risk of passing away from this is extremely low, especially if you're a healthy individual. However, if you're struggling with any underlying cardiovascular diseases, it's possible that excessiveness could trigger a heart attack, arrhythmia, or a stroke. On September 18th, in 2019, a heartbroken teen suffering from depression would find himself
Nigga, a teen gooned himself to death? A teen gooned himself to How you not healthy at 15? Actually, nah, I can't say that. It's a lot of, it's life and shit. But, nigga, how you goon yourself to death by 15? I can say that.
unable to ignore how his last Valentine's Day went. I don't really know how, but he snuck past his parents and locked himself away in a room, where he then gooned himself to destruction. He gooned 56 times until he had a heart attack.
Okay. Alright, yeah. Nah, doing it 56 times, that should kill you still. I don't even, like, how do you have that much content? For one, how do you physically, how many hours that must...
However,
I'm
I
done.
take this case with a huge gulp of salt, because due to the bizarreness of his passing, tons of media outlets have exaggerated how he went out, often claiming that he did it 100 times and ripped his thing off his body, which is obviously just not true. Vending machines.
Oh,
He
those
was
be falling on
infuriated.
people, I ain't gonna lie.
A man had just put
Yeah.
the only dollar he had on him into the vending machine, and his snack was stuck inside of the machine, floating in limbo. The problem had a simple solution: just shake the stupid clanker. The man began rocking
I thought they were gonna put a picture of your age. Yeah.
back and forth over and over again until his snack finally fell and was free for him to take. Unfortunately, however, it wouldn't be the only thing to fall. The 1,200-pound vending machine would also tip over on him and crush his neck against a wall. The man would be pinned against the wall, struggling to keep the machine from fully flattening his neck, but sadly, his efforts would prove to be fruitless. He wouldn't survive to see the next day. More people pass away from vending machines than they do shark attacks. There's about 2 to 4 casualties from vending
Nigga,
machines each year in the US.
Nigga, don't
So-
you know you're supposed to like rock it? Like you gotta go to the side and rock it, or you gotta you can't go straight up. Like, who still uses vending machines, bro? Go to a dollar store.
If the machine isn't giving up your snack, you can get angry at it, you can swear at it, but don't get into a fight with it. 10 out of 10 times, you will lose. Sudden choking. Imagine this.
How
You're hanging out with your friends,
how do I know choking couldn't kill me? How do I know sudden choking could not kill me? Nigga, you're just throwing out anything. You're just throwing anything in here now. How the fuck could I not know that? Of course, sudden choking can kill you.
chilling at a party and conversing with other people while losing track of time. And then that's when it hits you. You start choking on literally nothing. It's called a
Okay. I didn't know you could choke on nothing. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that was okay. I knew you could choke on spit. I don't know. Just suddenly, I could just start choking. Yeah. Nah, you're right. That's on me. That's on me.
Laryngospasm.
That's
It's
on
a
me.
sudden, violent, and involuntary spasm of your vocal cords that is so forceful that it entirely blocks your body's airways. Mild cases of laryngospasms last just a few seconds, while more intense cases can last up to a few minutes, which is pretty horrifying when you think about it. 1 second, you're chilling on some mobile games. The next second, you're literally fighting for your life and suffocating on nothing.
Yo, why is he making these stick figures like this though? Why are they like this? And
If
where are you
ever
getting
happens
these
to
screams
you,
from?
Don't
I need
panic
these screams for my soundboard. I want these. These screams, I want them. These screams are amazing.
or try to gasp for extra air. Remaining calm helps your muscles relax. Take small sips of water to clear any possible irritants causing the spasm and apply pressure on the soft spots behind your earlobes. It'll help your vocal cords ease up. And most importantly, seek professional help. Restaurant signs. In January 2023, a swarm of fierce winds ripped through Elizabethtown, Kentucky. A family arrived at their favorite local Denny's to start their morning off with some warm pancakes and coffee, an
Of course it's
entirely
Denny's,
questionable option for breakfast.
Denny's is the worst. I hate Denny's.
No offense. However,
What?
coffee, an entirely questionable option for breakfast. No offense.
Yo, Denny's is ass.
However, towering above the Denny's parking lot was an 80-foot sign weighing more than a ton. To most, the sign was a glowing beacon for bacon, eggs, and pancakes. But for this family, it became the last thing they'd ever see. A 72-year-old woman sat in the car with her husband and daughter when a storm outside struck. The pole groaned under the wind's pressure, then, without warning, it suddenly snapped. The massive sign came crashing down on the car, crushing the roof and trapping the family inside. Unfortunately, the 72-year-old lady didn't survive its impact, and her husband would also go on to pass away from the injuries the accident
What
gave
kid?
him. There are multiple cases where restaurants and her husband would also go
Wait.
on to. Fortunately, the 72 on the car. Without warning, it suddenly slid.
Well, I thought there was a kid in it.
A 72-year-old woman sat in the car with her husband and daughter when a storm outside struck.
Like, why? She's 72. How old the kid? She gotta be at least like 30. Why you drive her so small? Well, yo, did the kid survive?
The pole groaned under the wind's pressure, then, without warning, it suddenly snapped. The massive sign came crashing down on the car, crushing the roof and trapping the family inside. Unfortunately, the 72-year-old lady didn't survive its impact, and her husband would also go on to pass away from the injuries the accident gave him. There are multiple cases where restaurant signs, gas station signs, and
What about the
storefronts
kid?
fall on people. So, never be discouraged to keep your distance from an unstable-looking board that's giving you an off feeling
What about the
when you're entering a
Did the
business.
kid die too?
It might just save your life. Sneezing. We all do it. You're sitting in a job interview or
Nigga, is it true if you sneeze, like your heart stops? Is that true? I heard your heart stops the minute you sneeze.
in a
So
library.
then you sneeze like
or
3
in front of
times,
your
basically.
date, and then you feel it coming. The tingling sensation that tickles the small hairs inside of your nose, letting you know that you're about to sneeze. The natural thing to do is to let that sneeze fly. Well, while trying to not make a mess. But oftentimes instead, we just find ourselves stifling the sneeze. Don't. My anatomy teacher in high school always told us to break the habit, and honestly, it makes sense as to why. During a sneeze,
Yo, it makes-
if your
yo.
mouth and nose are both
I'm not gonna lie. Holding a sneeze, it feels so wrong. Like I feel like I'm doing something that yeah. You see, I need this follow up. I need this check. I need this put in my brain, bro. Sometimes I'll be holding in sneezes and I feel like I'm dying, like I'm gonna die, or like I'm about to like have like an aneurysm.
closed, the pressure generated in the airways can surpass more than 20 times its normal amount. And in a recent case during 2023, a man sick with hay fever held in his sneeze by instinctively pinching his nose and closing his mouth. The force that built up in his airways was so immense that it literally tore open his windpipe. It's extremely rare to pass away from this, but nonetheless, holding in a sneeze just isn't worth gambling your life. Christmas trees. There's no better feeling in the world than to finish setting up your Christmas tree
Hey.
just in time for the holidays.
I don't celebrate
Nothing
Christmas, so
beats
I
a
don't think that could
Christmas
kill
with
me.
fruitcake, eggnog, and a house fire. US fire departments respond to an average of 200 home fires caused by Christmas trees each year.
It's those
And as
damn
you would
lights, bro.
presume, these fires lead to casualties. Christmas tree house fires are significantly more dangerous than normal fires in your home. This is because these fires usually occur at night or early morning when people have gone to sleep but left all of their decorations plugged in and lit up. They're usually caused by candles that were placed too close to the tree, faulty wires,
Yeah, that's why. First off, I fucking hate candles. Like when people tell me, oh, buy a candle, it smells good. Fuck a candle. Why the fuck? I don't care how small the flame is. Why would I have an open flame in my fucking house? There's certain shit that I like. I'm not doing. I don't care how small the flame is. It's a fire, bro. I'm not having no candles, no open flames, no nothing in my house. I'm not fucking taking a picnic and sitting on the grass. I don't like that shit. You see shit like that. I don't like that.
Or heat caused by all of the decorative electrical
Picnic had nothing to do with
elements.
death. I just don't like
As
picnics.
opposed to normal house fires that are slow and steady in their startup, Christmas fires with a dry tree can ignite and spread across a room in less than just 30 seconds. So, with that being said, try not to get too carried away with your holiday spirit this year. Doing nothing. You see that signs can fall on you,
What?
beverages can explode in your face, and that Christmas trees can set you ablaze in your sleep. So you decide that the best course of action for you to avoid all danger is doing absolutely nothing.
It looks like me. That's something I would do.
And then you explode into a ferocious blaze, so powerful that it leaves nothing but your feet behind.
That cues the end of the video, right?
Nothing else around you is affected. Not
Yeah.
the couch you were sitting on, not the table in front of you, not the rug on the floor. Nothing. Just only specifically
I got
you.
bad back problems.
This is known
bro.
as spontaneous human combustion. And there are many cases in the US about it.
Nigga, this just not real, bro. Okay, this one I'm not believing. Hey, you see, it's a myth, bro. Yo, this guy's throwing whatever in here. I almost believed him.
However, scientists nowadays discredit it fully and dub it as nothing more than a myth. They rather believe it to be the wick effect, which is when a person's
Bro, listen.
clothing absorbs melted body fat during a fire and causes them to burn up, but leaves their surroundings relatively unharmed. Others
Bro.
feel like this isn't a sufficient.
If I humanly combust, it was just my time to go. Like, God wanted me off the earth. Like, if I randomly humanly combust, it was my time.
Sufficient
There's
enough
nothing else I can
explanation
do.
to the phenomenon, though.
Nigga, I'm
They
throw out the
argue
natural
that if
causes.
the fire's hot enough to consume you entirely and leave nothing but ashes behind, then it should also scorch nearby walls, furniture, and flooring. They also say for the wick effect to be true, it needs a clear spark.
Oh, is that what happened
like
in
a
Fire
lighter
Force then?
or a candle.
Shit.
But in many of the cases, the victims aren't found with anything heat related.
Damn, that's like Fire Force.
Toilet time. In Chicago in 1987, a 70-year-old woman would board a cruise ship with her family. As they explored the wonders on board and enjoyed the pleasant feeling of
She
being
shit
on the
herself to
ocean,
death?
the old lady would be greeted with another, less than pleasant feeling. So she excused herself from her family and made her way to the ship's bathroom, and there she was greeted with the solution to her bowel troubles: the toilet. She closed the door behind her, sat on the seat, and did her business in peace.
No toilet paper on the seat. You dirty ass. Ew, bro. No buns on it. No
Minutes
toilet paper.
later, the ship's medical personnel would rush past the family to the bathroom where their grandma was last seen. Out of concern, the family would follow, and as if it were a scene straight out of a horror movie, they would be met with the sight of their grandma. Her insides were literally sucked out of her body by the ship's vacuum toilet. She was rushed to the emergency room once the cruise docked at a port. And even though cases like these are extraordinarily rare,
How'd she
toilets have
survive?
been shown to cause lethal harm to civilians in other ways. Take, for instance, exploding. In 2017, a federal class action lawsuit was filed against a toilet company called American Standard after it received 300 reports of its toilets literally blowing up. And even this year, in 2025, a 20-year-old man suffered serious burn injuries after he pressed the flush button on his toilet and it responded with a loud explosive bang. He was rushed to a hospital.
Now I gotta be scared to flush the toilet? Nigga, is that what you're telling me? I gotta be scared to flush the toilet because it's gonna blow up? Toilets can blow up? Why?
Where doctors revealed that 35% of his body was burned horribly by the explosion. But luckily, he survived. If you couldn't tell, this was a birthday special for the channel. It's my way of thanking you guys for all the support you've given me this year.
Nigga, this...
In just 2 months, we grew from 10,000 subscribers to over 200.
You deserve that shit, I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, are you like 5'6"? Oh, 7 months, okay. You did a lot of progress, but... Nigga, I'm scared. What the fuck? Nigga, this video ain't even like no birthday. You gave me anxiety.
150,000.
I'm scared of everything
I'm
now.
extremely grateful. But anyways, love your neighbor, be safe, and have a happy day.
Man, fuck this video. Now I'm scared of everything, bro. Alright, I'm gonna see y'all niggas in the next one. Fuck y'all niggas, bro. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.